Hi, you guys. YouTube. All right, welcome back with Mama Tweezy. We here for another banger. Look, so we have today Danelia, my oldest daughter, and we have her husband, Harlan, right? So before we get into it today, please subscribe. Ring that bell right there. Yeah, that right there. And do comment and share. Share, please. So we have Miss Danelia. Yes, hey girl. Y'all have to excuse me. I'm having a bad hair day. We're gonna do this stuff tonight. We're gonna, hook it up, but we ain't even worry about that. Y'all know how I do it. I just come as is. You know what I'm saying? No superficial here. Okay. So, Danelia, it's nice to have you on my channel. I was supposed to record them. He's a little shy, so, we got to work him into this. So, I want to start off by, letting them introduce themselves and tell you, a little bit, about them. So, what would you like the people to know about you, Danelia?
Hi, I'm Danelia. I'm the oldest of 5 of the crew. So,
yes.
I'm the leader.
Yes.
I'm in the military, so I'm in and out a lot. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And in and out, where are you stationed at now?
Virginia.
What armed forces?
Navy.
Yes. Ooh, we like that water.
Yes.
All right. And what do you want to tell the peeps about yourself, Harlan?
Well, hi everybody. I'm Harlan. I was raised in Miami, Florida.
Okay, Miami.
I'm a real quiet person.
He's a shy one, y'all. He is really quiet, but a sweetie pie. All right, so I have to go in and ask these questions. I did your brother, I did your baby sister. So now I have you at the table. Not a round table, but a table. So I would like to start off. How long you guys been married?
We've been married for December make 2 years.
2 years being married. Yeah. So how did you guys meet? Let's tell her just a little bit, just where I'm going with these questions. Just a small introduction. How did y'all meet?
You want me to answer that?
No, I got this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he got this one.
Okay.
Well, I had I'm a reservist in the Navy, and I had took orders to USS New York.
Okay.
And I remember we was in chow, eating food one night, and she was just eyeing me down.
Oh.
I was eyeing you down because you was mean mugging me all the time.
So I had to call her out, and then the rest is, is history.
Okay. You called her out, and then you just kind of put them smooth words on her and locked it in.
Pretty much.
So you're gonna leave out the part that you was stalking me around the ship and asking questions about me from other people?
Oh.
Don't call.
He has selective memories.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so then after you guys start dating, then he proposed.
Yes.
And guys, he did propose. Like, he did the plane with "Will you marry me, Danelia?" It was cool, really cute, really loving. Yeah, good job. Good Good son-in-law. Really good son-in-law. Not just that, but just a person. Just, when you meet, your daughter or your son's spouse or significant other, you want the best for your kids. And that's just me coming from a mom perspective. And I have to say, he's a really good guy, right? Real mannerable to be, in their like 30s, early 30s, like really good guy. Really good daughter, really sweethearted, loving, caring person, both of them. And when as parents you look at each other's how they move and maneuver in their relationship, it's amazing how they kind of dispute, and then how they make up, and how they the good and the bad, but how they work through it. You don't say nothing, you just kind of sit back as a parent and observe. I love it. Anyway, so I'm gonna start with my first question. Yes, I don't have the paper, guys. They keep talking about me and my paper. I'm moving up. So this one question, I have to ask, because I've been asking everybody this question. I asked Tweezy, I've asked the last interview, Reggie, and I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna start off with this question. So when you're dating or being married, do you believe that the relationship require you being do you think it's like a privilege and a responsibility, or just a privilege, or just responsibility, or both? When you're dating or you bringing somebody into your life, in your experience with dating him and then marrying him or her, do you believe that it's required you to have the responsibility part, right? And then the privilege part, or is it both? Either one can go first.
Okay, rephrase that question one more time. Do I think it's my responsibility?
No, do you think that being with him is like a responsibility, right?
Okay.
And a privilege? Or you believe it's either or? It's a responsibility and a privilege. So having her, which
I
one?
I would say it's a little bit of both.
Okay, okay.
It's a privilege to have her because she take care of the bills. She pays the bills or whatnot.
Okay.
She take care of my daughter, making sure she has her supplies, her clothes and stuff like that.
And let me cut that off. He say his daughter because he has a daughter that's not hers, but they married, so they have the blended family. Just okay. Now go back.
So little stuff like that. So I feel like it's a privilege, but I also think it's a responsibility because sometimes I also know she could be carried away with money, so I gotta kind of like put her back in there.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I agree because I feel like I'm responsible for taking care of him. I feel like that's my job. That's my husband.
Okay.
I'm responsible for taking care of him, make sure that he has the things that he needs financially, work. Make sure he's happy.
Okay.
His daughter. So yeah, I feel like I agree with him. I feel like
Okay. So responsibility and what was the other word?
Privilege.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a privilege because he makes me happy. Like I feel like every day I come home and I see him there. Anything that happens at work, he's there to take all that stress away. Yes.
Okay. So what I heard was it's a privilege and a responsibility because the privilege is he contributes to my happiness.
Yes.
Right? And that's just a part of the responsible part of the marriage, having your responsibilities for one another, taking care of each other, and the grandbaby. Yeah, she's how old is she now?
5.
I always want to say 4. She's 5, and so that's okay. Cool, good answer. I agree. I said both. Antoine said both. I believe it's both because again, it's like you can buy a pet. Right? Because that's just what you want, but then you have the responsibility, the privilege of being able to purchase it and the responsibility of being able to take care of it.
Yep.
So when you're pulling each other in, it's the part of yes, we can and we will, but then it's work. So would you say being married, for the time you've been married, what is the most important thing that you've learned from him and you learned from her?
I feel like the most important thing I learned is patience. I feel like I have to have patience with my husband.
Okay.
He has these mood swings.
So patience is the key.
I feel like I have really thin patience. So if I've been with him, I feel like I'm learning to work on my patience a lot more. To not get so quick to anger about stuff. Or when he's mad, don't get mad. Just try to figure out the reason why he's mad. Or don't bother him. Give him his space because that's how he is. He don't like to be bothered. Yeah.
Okay. And what have you learned?
Well, I'm gonna have to say 2 things, right? One would be patient. I learned patience too because when I like certain things, right, done at that certain time. So if I want, I don't know. I like certain things at certain times. So if I say, hey, we're gonna go out to the mall at 4 o'clock, then that's the time I want to go and leave the house to be at the mall at 4 o'clock. So with her, I learned patience because I'm learning that it doesn't revolve around me and what I want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I have to, go with it. Another thing is communication. I'm not good with communication.
Okay.
If I don't talk, you know what I mean? When I'm mad, happy, sad, whatever it is, I don't communicate that.
Okay.
I just keep to myself. So with her, I'm learning to kind of open up and express myself to her more and more and whatnot.
Oh, that is good. So, okay, so I wasn't gonna go down this road, but since you said that, we're gonna go down this road. All right. So you're learning to open up. So do you feel now that you've been introduced to opening, and I'm sure when you opening, coming from 30 some years of being just this introvert, to open up with someone new, right? How long y'all date before y'all got married?
We were dating for 3 years.
So you have what, maybe 5 years together?
Yes.
Okay, so 5 years of learning someone. Do you feel that it has been easier with time to open up more to her? Around her or with her?
I don't want to say it's easier, but I will say it's better for the relationship.
Okay.
You know, it's still hard for me because, you know, like you said, I'm 30 years plus, you know, just keeping it to myself.
Right.
So sometimes, you know, it sucks, you know, and I feel bad because I'm doing it, but I also know that at the end the result will be better because it helps our relationship out.
Okay, so change.
But I have noticed that since we've been together, his communication has gotten a lot better, and I feel like he's much more comfortable around like talking to me about things when he's mad. Sometimes some stuff is a little, he'll take a couple of days, but some stuff he'll sit and he'll talk about it. So
do you pressure him when he said, I don't want to talk, but you know he angry?
So I used to pressure him, and I could ask 50 million times and keep going, and then I get aggravated because he don't give me the answer that I want. Like I need to know what's wrong with you. You're not telling me. So I'm gonna keep bugging you, and then if you get mad, then it makes me I get mad because now you're mad. We're both mad because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with you.
Okay.
So now I learned to just like, okay, leave it alone, and then give it a couple days and ask again.
Okay, so you're growing.
Yeah.
So within the 5 years, it started off this way,
yes,
and then here, and now you can see, far as the time and him opening up and her opening up, that you can see how you're growing in the same direction.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh. I wish some of these older guys, oh my God, would learn this. Jesus Christ, Lord, help us all. Ooh, okay. So, that is good stuff. Y'all so young and y'all like really growing together as a couple. And I, you know, like this is one reason that I started this YouTube channel, because sometimes you just need to hear other people's perspective of young people dating and marrying and how they just jump into the pool. They like, look, this is what it is. I love you. You love me. I understand we can't live off love. How are we going to work these finances? How are we going to pay these bills? How are we going to manage your daughter? If you have someone that have kids, you know, to co-parent, you know, and it can be hard. So how has it been dating and marrying someone with a younger child and you don't have any of your own? And y'all don't have any together.
So starting off, it was hard for me. Like, I don't know.
What made it hard?
Because it was first I was having a problem with his daughter, his baby mama. So that was one issue.
Okay.
And I met Holly. She was, at the time, she was 1.
I believe she was
2.
1.
Yeah, she was 1. So I've been around the whole time. So it was hard for her, and now looking back, I understand her mom. Like, okay, she can't talk, so I don't know if you're doing something to my child. Not, which I was like, I would never do anything to hurt your child.
Right, but she don't know that.
She don't.
Okay.
So that part was hard because we wasn't getting along, and I just felt like she was too much in our relationship. Like she was too much, and I was like, I can't take this. So it was hard for me. A couple of times I was ready to throw in the towel. Like I can't.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But as time went on, like me and him talked about it. He set things straight with her, and since he set things straight with her, I feel like things are better. I feel like she's my own child. Like I feel like we can go hang out and do stuff together. So it's nice now. But at first, it hasn't always been like that. But yeah.
And so, what would you have to say? So, did you feel? Because a lot of times, I'm gonna throw this out here, men and gents. I mean, ladies and gents, that sometimes the men or whoever have the child get on the defensive when the other party says something because they feel like, oh, you're just hating because it's my child's mother. Not realizing that you have a lot of men and women that go into these relationships and introducing the baby mama to the other person, not thinking that woman or guy is going to be territorial. So did you feel that your ex was being territorial, or you just felt like Danielle was just blowing smoke?
Not to start any issues.
Okay.
No, seriously, at the beginning.
But I felt like it was a little bit of both. You know, like I will blame my baby mama, but I also will blame my wife. I feel like my wife, she was a little bit overreacting at the beginning. Because I feel like at the end of the day, right, we have to understand my child, my daughter, you know what I mean? I can see where my baby mama was coming from.
Okay.
You know, I can't see, was she exaggerating sometimes? Yes. But at the same time, I can still see that, you know, she you know, it was her only daughter. I could see that, you know what I mean, she'll probably be overprotective about her daughter.
Okay.
And she couldn't talk. She couldn't relate back to her. So I could see where she was coming from. I could also see,
right?
I could also see where my wife was coming from.
Okay.
You know, so yeah.
So, but at the end, you as the person, because sometimes you feel like you're in the middle of a storm.
Correct.
Right? Because they don't know each other, but you know her and you know her. And then you have this little person that's in the middle that's really what it's all about. So you have to come to the middle, right, ground to, and just my personal opinion, you know, because it's always my truth. I feel that that's the way it should. You should be able to introduce the new person that if you dating with purpose, right? You dating because this is going to be my wife. We're going to ride this thing out. That person, if that's what you agree to, then you should be able to say, hey, I'm now going to introduce you to my child and my child mother, right? And that's how it happened.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah, and then it just went the way it went, but y'all kind of worked it out to come in the middle, and now she's 5 and everything she's a doll too, and she's so sweet. Yeah, she is. Hottie. Okay, so now let me ask another question. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So since we've been into this, and I think we started this, you know, and I know we talk about everything, you guys. I have to tell y'all, we are so transparent as a mom and my kids that we can talk about whatever, right? And they're gonna tell me how they feel, and we're gonna disagree, or we're gonna agree, and that's just how it should be, I feel. And I understand if you have parents that you can't talk to and you can't talk about certain things, but I want to address the sex question that was addressed to me. And I personally, right, want to put it out there because somebody asked me, and I know a lot of young people are into a lot of different things. And because the question was asked, I just want to ask you guys, and you tell me, you know, what you think, and we're going to keep it, you know, grown. So somebody asked a question: if they were in a relationship or marriage and the person came to them, like y'all two married, and then he comes to you and say, I want to do a threesome, right? And you would say what to him?
So if he came to me and said, I want to do a threesome, I would say no. First of all, because I'm not going to.
But another female, not a guy.
Okay, another female. For me, I would say no, because first of all, don't want to share my husband with no other woman.
Okay.
And I feel like that's not something that we do. We don't into the threesome thing.
Okay.
But if that's something he bring up to me, it's not for me to get mad or anything.
Okay.
That's a fantasy that we're not going to fulfill.
I got you.
And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, and then if she came to you.
If she came to me, you know, whether it was a female or a guy, I'm with her. You know, that's something that I did. You know, something, not a route that I would like to go into. I will talk to her, you know what I mean, and tell her I ain't digging it, and you know, let's try to do something else that might interest her in that sex life style.
And y'all just smash it and keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Okay. And I think that, you know, it's not one of those things that you should get mad about, right? You really want to ask, where is this coming from? Was this a fantasy that you never fulfilled in your younger days? And I really believe it. That's your fantasy. That's just something you got to do on your own prior to. Yeah. But once you get married, right, it's just you and that person.
Yeah.
Right? And once you open Pandora's box, it's no turning back.
Yeah.
It's no turning back. I know people who went down that route that's divorced nowadays because it's one of those things. It's easy to entertain sin, but it is so hard to get out of it. And it's fun and it's good and it's all those things. But dude, at the end of it, you just be like, oh my God, right? When you end up wherever you end up.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you enjoying the married life today? After being married for 2 years, living together, dirty drawers on the floor, boxers, clothes everywhere, wet towels. So how are you blending that one house coming together collectively now? Do y'all have a routine or?
We have a routine.
Okay.
We have a routine in place. We do a lot of like game nights between each other, me and him.
Oh,
yeah. So like on days that I work, he does the dishes if I cook. So on the days he work, if I cook, I do the dishes. Okay. So when I work on the weekend, he'll do the laundry. So we compromise. We help each other out when we need to. So.
And balance. Yeah. So you're not overwhelmed and he's not
yes.
overwhelmed.
So we try to balance everything out between the both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have problems with the balance?
No, I actually love it. I actually love it. You know, well, I'm not going to lie. Well, I do have a problem with just one thing. I hate washing dishes. I hate it, you know, with a passion.
Okay.
So at first I was, you know, real stubborn with it.
Okay.
But you know, I opened up. You know what I mean? I opened up so much, but you know, I came to my senses. You know, and it's only the right thing to do. You know, we share the load together. So I needed to man up and start doing the dishes. So that's what I did.
So he'll do the dishes.
So that's good though that y'all balanced it out.
Yeah.
And that, so would you say, far as, okay, I got it, you're married, that's your wife, that's your husband, right? And the emotion part out of it. But as a team player, do you feel like, in hindsight, from where you come from to where you are today, do you feel that God allowed you to come across your team player for you for the rest of your life?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're a perfect team. I feel like we blend together real perfectly. Like whatever I lack, she has my back. You know, and vice versa. I feel like, you know, with me and her, I don't feel like we could ever fail.
Okay, because it's a balance. Where you feel you're weak, she has strength, and where you're weak, he has the strength, so it kind of balance. So if you had to tell me the one most important thing in 5 years or your 30 years on this earth that she's taught you, what would be that number one thing?
I need
to think about it.
I need to listen.
Okay.
Because me growing up, right?
Okay.
I didn't listen. You know, it was always my way.
Okay.
Went into the military, it was the same thing. You know, I made rank real fast, and it was always my way.
Okay.
And being with her those 5 years, I learned that it's not gonna be my way all the time.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna lose some and I'm gonna win some. So with her, she taught me that. You know, the whole listen.
Right.
And not be so quick to talk.
Okay. All right. And what would you say that you've learned?
So in the 5 years we've been together, I've learned to.
Hey, Ivy.
Hi, Drew.
Okay, so what was the thing that you've learned?
So in the 5 years I've learned is don't settle. He thinks I have this thing for settling for like stuff that I don't want. He feel like I don't go for the ultimate thing that I want. He thinks I'm always settling. So he always tell me just don't settle. Like you can always get what you want, just don't settle for anything less than what you really want. So
okay.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and I'm going to end this off with saying I was reminiscing today with them both talking about when I first met him and when she introduced him to me, and how I'm so proud of the growth in the relationship individually and collectively. And I, as a mom, you know your kids, and then your kids bring new people around, and then you as a parent, because you love your kids, you observe and you pay attention. And I have to say, I really appreciate the growth. I appreciate him being a man to understand what comes along with pulling a woman into his life and giving her his last name. And that he actually, as a young person, he put over and above that, over and over and over, and how she's grown to have him in her life with a child, and how she has matured to be that mother to a little one, and to still be the amazing wife to her husband, and how they can fall out like teeth and tongue, but you're not gonna cut your tongue off. You just gonna say ow, and then you gonna let it cool down, and then you're gonna be talking again. And how they've done that, it's always good days, but it's better better days and you have bad days, but you just make it through those days, right? You fight and you continue to grow. So I have to say that I am, you know, again, a proud mom. I appreciate how they appreciate each other and how they choose to make it work no matter what. It's not always gonna be easy, y'all. It's just what you're willing to sacrifice and compromise on to make it happen for you. The person that you choose to pull in your world, and how you choose to filter through the bull crap, and how you choose to make it work. Balance, communication, and a lot of love, right? Yep. So I would like to say thank you guys for coming and look.
Oh, now you.
He done warmed up to you guys now, right? So we got to have them back. Anyway, I want to say thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, and comment, share, ask any questions you want. And yeah, till the next time. Later.